Trail Seeker Adventures brings you to round 2 of the Mountaineer Hare Scramble at Marvins Mountaintop in Masontown, West Virginia. They had a great turnout to come out and battle on the rocks. I throw on my helmet. I'll bring you along just to show you what the round 2 Mountain State Hare Scramble had to offer. I had a pretty good start. Of course, I make my bonehead moves, but eventually I work my way to the finish. Let's check it out. I unload the 2020 Beta 300RR with the new Race Tech Gold Valve conversion. The crowd was lining up just to get in to see the Trail Seeker 1 truck camper and maybe a little race action. They started out the day with the 50. Trail Seeker Adventures team was well represented with Nevin and Trey out on the track ripping up the course. But it's my turn to throw in a helmet and go out and tackle these rocks at Mountaintop. It was a great Easter weekend. I had my wife and nearly all my kiddos here to support me. I had 3 goals for the weekend and no winning was not on top of the list. I had hurt my foot in an earlier crash just about 3 weeks ago, and my main goal was not to make it any worse. That was goal number 1. Goal number 2, I just got the Race Tech Gold Valve conversion put on this bike, and I wanted to see how it felt up here in the rocks. And goal number 3 was to do as good as I could, but have an awesome weekend with family and friends. And I definitely did that. As you can see, I'm lined up about the 4th row. This row is a joint class with the 30 AB and the 40 AB. I am running the 40 AB. We had about 12 or 13 in our row. Not real sure how many was in my class versus the 30 AB. I have the Beta 300RR, which is awesome off the line. And as always, I'm going to try to get you as much of the first full lap as I can, and then I'm going to throw in any video that I have somebody else, whether you're passing me or I'm passing you. That way, if you race this race, you can come back and see if you can find yourself in the video. Let's get this thing started. Good luck, boys. Have fun. Holy crap, I love a 2-stroke on the start. I got a pretty good start. That's Mike Cheney. He's in the 30 AB and he's ripping up the track. Mike and I have battled many times throughout the last year, but on this day, he's looking a lot better than me. I'm just feeling the bike out on the first lap here. Coming up over this rock, somehow I hit my camera. I'm not sure how I did that. I'll skip forward here. Basically, from the top of the hill to the bottom of Camper Top, maybe 1/8 of a mile is all we missed. You'll be able to see that on the next lap as I come around. We are now at the bottom of Camper Top, but before the race, I did get to go up into the woods there and try some rocks. It felt awesome. I did have it set up for hard enduro and single track. That's one of the great things about getting the Gold Valve. You order the kit and then you go on to their website with a code, and then you're able to go in and tell them what type of racing you do and what your skill level, your weight, what kind of bike you have. Do you like it soft or hard as far as your suspension? And it's feeling pretty good down through here. It's a lot rockier than it looks, but I was just wanting to feel it out. You never know what it's going to do for sure. You catch a stray rock and it throws you down over the hill. At this point, yeah, it was feeling pretty good, but I could tell already once I got up to speed that I had it a little too soft. I'd like to have been able to go out and set the compression a little stiffer, but at this point we're just going to have to deal with it throughout the day. So you heard me complain about the Sachs forks on the Beta 300RR. My 430, it was the race version of the Beta, and it came with the KYB, and it's pretty good right out of the box. But the Sachs forks, they only have one leg of compression and one leg of rebound. And I believe the Explorer forks on the Husky and KTM are the same way. If you're dealing with that, make sure you look into the Race Tech Gold Valve. It basically converts your forks to where you have compression on both legs. This one, now my compression is on the bottom and my rebound is up on top. But I use Mike Weimer. Make sure you check him out, whether you're either just needing your forks freshened up, new seals and bushings, fluid, or if you're wanting to get the race valve and have him install them on your bike. He did awesome. Make sure you check him out. That's Mike Weimer. You can check him out on Facebook. He's up at Oakland, Maryland, or Red House, Maryland. And you can give him a call at 301-616-8512. That's 301-616-8512. Mike Weimer for your suspension needs. Just tell him the Trail Seeker Crew sent him and he'll know what you're talking about. Alright, so back at the race, I am currently running first in the 40AB. Mike Cheney is gone. He's ripping up the track, but we will soon see him, unfortunately for him. And I completely forgot about my foot hurting. And that's not a good thing for me, because I tend to screw up on the first lap just about every race. And then somehow I guess maybe I just settle down. But as you can see, we're catching Mr. Mike, and looks like he has a flat tire. Coming up those rocky uphills, I've done that myself. You're ripping up those rocky uphills, and that's a lot of pressure on that rear tire. Unfortunately for him, this is going to ruin his day. He does finish and get to the finish line for at least one lap. So I'm feeling pretty good. I'm rolling along. The bike's feeling pretty good. There's room for improvement for sure, both on the bike and myself. But at this point in time, I'm just enjoying life on a two-stroke. Austin and I, my cousin, got out and we did get the e-bike. The track on Friday. This is one of the lines I had picked out. My son Damien was here to take some pictures. He told me where he was going to be. I looked up here and I seen somebody kneeled down taking a picture, but I really didn't pay attention. Then I came across on my new line and I figured out, oh, there's my e-bike. That's Damien. I kind of messed up two things. One thing, I messed up his picture of me coming through the woods. And then also I messed up my line. That was a pretty good line throughout the day. Get out here and rip on the field a little bit. The bike definitely felt better going up the hill than down. I could tell that I was a little too soft. Definitely, filling out the bike still. So this is the paintball section. I'm not sure how often they get up here to play paintball, but it looks like an awesome place to come up and do it. But we're coming into a rocky section, and this is one of the more rocky, slick. That's the thing with these rocks, they're not just rough, they're slick. This turn right here had a slick rock in it, and whenever you got a bum leg, you don't want to dab your foot. This is not particularly a good idea to come out and race a rocky, slick course. Definitely trying to be careful. The last thing I want to do is dab my foot. Richie and the Mountain State crew definitely laid out a good course. It had a little bit of everything. Obviously it had rocks. It had little field sections. It had some mud holes, hill climbs, just about everything you expected at mountaintop, or I should say Rocky Top. But we're coming up to where I'll make my first bonehead move. I had e-biked this, and it worked out much better than what it does on the actual bike. Looking at the picture here, I could go left, but I was wanting to shortcut a little bit. So I slide out, I slam my foot on the ground, my foot is killing me. Mike Cheney almost went down because of me. I can't get the bike to move because I didn't know at the time, but the foot peg is stuck under a root. I tried to start the bike and spin it around, that didn't work. All my class is getting around me. I finally got the foot peg loosened up, and I get it lifted up. As I'm saying, that was stupid. I'm always telling myself I'm stupid, which that was pretty stupid. I did it perfect on the e-bike. I came through there and I buzzed right up on the side of the bank, no problem. Come across with a Beta 300 and the back end slides out. I don't know. Anyways, that was my first dumb mistake, but one thing it definitely did, it reminded me that I had a sore foot and I need to be careful. Up to that point, my foot was feeling just fine, but now it's time to put my head down and try to make up as many positions as I could. Stuff. Now we're coming down, there's a mud hole here. This is the right lane. If you would have went to the left lane of the mud hole, you probably would have still been sitting there. Unfortunately, I know of a few people that did get messed up down in there. This is the optional uphill. I don't think anybody ever caught the other option. This was the more difficult side of the uphill. And it really wasn't difficult, but if somebody would have got sideways up here, it definitely would have made it difficult. It's a lot steeper than it looks, and it's one single line. Once you get up here, I think somewhere in this area, the other line came in on it, but I noticed that, I think close to the last lap. I came around there and I just happened to look up that way, and not a single person, I don't think, went the long way around. We've raced out here so many different times. You pretty much know just about every part of this property. I'm glad I ripped the tear off there. But so far we pretty much got a full first lap, other than Camper Top. Everybody knows Camper Top. Last year we went up Camper Top. This time we came down Camper Top, but we'll be able to get that on the next lap. We're coming to a little line that Austin and I made. That was handy for at least one pass. Once we came around the second lap, I think everybody pretty much found that line. Now we're over here about as far away from the camp or camping area or pit area that you can come. To the left is Cheat River. You can actually look down over the hill. I'm not going to look while I'm racing, but when you e-biked out through here, you can see the Cheat River right before you get to Cooper's Rocks. It's a beautiful view out there. They put in this nice little field section here. This looks like a perfect part of the track to talk about Trail Seeker Adventures. In case this is the first video you've ever watched of ours, we are Trail Seeker Adventures. We bring our video cameras out and we record our activities on the weekend. We bring it back and we share it with you so you can find a trail that's suitable for you and your friends or family. This is a race event. This is Mountain State Hare Scramble Round 2 at Marvins Mountaintop. We bring you out, we bring the camera, that way you can see what the race event is all about. Maybe you might have a bike in the garage and you've been wanting to hit there's Mike Cheney again, caught back up with him, he's going pretty good with a flat tire. But maybe you wanted to hit a race event and didn't even know about Mountain State Hare Scramble. They are based out of the Morgantown, West Virginia, tri-state area. They travel into Pennsylvania, over close to Virginia, maybe a little kind of close to Maryland, the tri-state area. They are our local series, but we also get out of state. I actually hurt my foot in South Carolina at the U.S. Sprint Enduro. If you haven't seen that video, check them out, see what a Sprint Enduro is all about. We also do ride parks such as Hatfield McCoy's True Motorcycle Park. We've been out west to show you what the trails, the single track is all about out west. Ripping out across the top of single track on mountaintops are awesome, and if you ever have the opportunity to do it, check that out. But make sure you like and subscribe to our channel if this is the type of stuff you like to do. We try to come to a race event and try to get a full lap, whether it's at a GNCC. We've been to Georgia for a GNCC this year. We've been to SXCS. But make sure you check us out. If you like trails, make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. That way you won't miss a race or ride event. Mountain State Hare Scramble is your typical hare scramble. It's for the bikes, it's 2 hours. For the quads, I believe it's an hour and a half. Dead engine start. They have youth races starting at the little guys with the 50s They have youth, like a middle class for the youth, which it will be more like your 150s, 85s, 65s, and then it's the adult races. It's all on Saturday or Sunday. It's a one-day event. You are able to come and camp if the property owner allows that on their property. Most of the time they do. There's a few events that does not allow camping. This is one of the more tricky areas. It's off camber. You don't really notice how off camber it is, but it is slick. The bike's feeling okay. Definitely not pushing it. But we're getting ready to come in probably the most technical area. Once we get to the top of the hill, we'll go up a little stretch on the road, and then we'll drop down into what I would say is the most technical part of the track. Got through that pretty clean, not super fast, but we're coming down to the what I would call the whoopee field, and this is definitely where I noticed I had my rebound way too stiff on the back. It did not feel very good through there at all. I needed to soften up the rebound a little bit on this thing. So I probably could stop and do some minor adjustments. It probably wouldn't affect my day a lot. I've already felt that I'm running at a slower pace anyways due to my foot and not being 100% confident in the suspension setup as it is. But I didn't. I'm the worst about stopping. But I was starting to hear a rattle up in the front end, and if anybody hears a rattle, they usually know what that means. That means there's a bolt loose. And about this time, I'm thinking, you know what? I remember going over the bolts on the rear shock and the linkage, but I don't remember going over the bolts on the triple clamps. And I thought, oh my goodness, am I going to have a fork come loose and come ripping down a hill and crash? So that was definitely on the top of my concerns at this moment. But I could carry on. I stopped throughout the race maybe once or twice and looked in, and come to find out at the end of the day, it was my horn. This bike has a horn on it, and it was actually the horn came loose and it was up there rattling. It kept getting louder and louder. But we're coming in and finishing lap 1. I believe I'm in third at this point, which I'm surprised. Down through here, the bike didn't really feel the best either. Just like I said, I think the rebound was a little bit too slow. Heidi's there taking photos of me. I'm coming into start my second lap. I look up. Mountain State Hare Scramble has a monitor there where you can come in and you can see what position you're in. I come across here and forgot about this hump, and that is one place it did bottom out. It used to bottom out all the time. I think I'm going to have to put some fluid in, add a little fork fluid. Oh, there, I dabbed my foot too. That hurt. It's funny you remember these things after it happened. But I dabbed my foot, I think 3 times throughout this race in that real tight technical section back here. I fall on it once. But other than that, I had a pretty fun day. I'm going to just go ahead and tell you how I ended up. I ended up second in my class. I think 46th overall. Not the best. This is what we missed on the first lap. We came up over the rock, and then you come down the hill across this field, and then it looks like you're going to shoot off the mountain. This is Camper Top. It's a lot steeper and rockier than you think. We had this inside line, and basically at the bottom of the hill here is where on the first lap I was able to find out that the camera was screwed up and was able to get you the rest of the lap. But yeah, I finished second in my class, which I was okay with that. Mr. Thorne was forcing me on the last lap or two to go a little faster than I want. He was having an awesome race. It was good to be able to go bar to bar and back and forth with him a few times. But looking at the results, it looks like we did have 11 in our class. Patrick got first. He's from Morgantown. He's on a Kawasaki number 750. I got second. My number was 110 on the Beta. Ralph Thorne, we had a good battle a few times throughout the race. He was on a KTM number 216. And Darius Lati got fourth. Had a pretty good day as far as that goes. I dropped my GoPro. Decided to go back and find it. Went back and got it. And then Heidi was making fun of me for having a fanny pack as I was trying out a new Camelback, but it's a fanny pack. She thought I was trying to be funny or look like Caleb Russell, but it came in handy. I was able to go back, find my GoPro, and take off my fanny pack and store it in there. That was nice. Other than that, I really didn't have too many issues. I slowed down just a little bit. Was able to live the ride another day. Had an awesome time with all the family. Heidi was there cheering me on. I always love having my wife. And we have a race coming up in South Carolina. Make sure you look forward to that. We'll come out at the U.S. Sprint Enduro at Society Hill in South Carolina. Although I did hit my foot 2 or 3 times, for the most part, it was just fine. It's a little bit of a slow hill. I don't know if I broke it or what I did to it, but definitely did something to it. But it's each day it's getting a little better. I'm almost able to walk halfway normal. But I'm going to go ahead and just get off here and let you all watch the video. Hopefully you can find yourself out here on the video, whether you're passing me or whether I'm passing you. I appreciate everybody out there. We had an awesome day of good sportsmanship. Thanks to the Richie and their crew for putting on a good event. So here you go. Make sure you check out all. I think I got about 3 laps. If there was anywhere there wasn't somebody in front of me, I just went ahead and skipped past it. And we'll talk to you here at the end of the video. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. There's one little screw up, but luckily it's on my left foot and not my right foot. But later in the video, I definitely hit my right foot out here. Ooh, that guy got all kind of wobbly. Right here, I did a goofy move and had to throw my foot down. That was it. About three screw ups. Not bad for me. Heidi there taking some video or pictures. Love seeing her there every lap. Coming in. I think I'm now second. And that's pretty much the way we finished. So as I was saying, I had the kiddos here. I had Damien. He traveled from southern West Virginia to come up and see us. I had Neil. Tiffany my daughter was there also. And Kendall was here taking some video. She got several shots, as well as the start. The start, unfortunately, was a little too far away to really add it to the video. But this is that lawn that I had laid out. I don't know how much faster it is. It's definitely smoother. And for an old man with a sore foot, I'm looking for something smooth. Come left, go right, come back left, and then dodge the trees. But I want to thank all the kiddos coming out and supporting their old man. Thank you. So as I was telling you, the rear shock, I had the rebound too slow. But on the beta, you can adjust the high speed compression on the fly. So I thought I'd pull over here, get out of the way, and try to reach back here. It's so easy to do when you're just riding, but on race day, I can't get in there to get it. And then Bryson Wilkins comes by. I didn't know that was him at the moment, but he was excited to get up and race with me. It's cool to see these kids getting faster and faster. I'm getting older and definitely getting slower. So I can remember when I was racing, I think I was in the C class or the B class, and there was a couple guys I had my eye on wanting to catch throughout the year. And once you start getting closer and closer, it's kind of exciting, and I enjoy being that bullseye. Looks like he was adjusting. He was telling me he had to adjust his clutch or something. I was over here. This line was definitely faster, but I slowed down and let him go, even though I didn't realize that was Bryson. Good job, Bryson. You're looking fast, buddy. Sorry, buddy. Trying to adjust my suspension. Oh! I don't know if that's better or not. It's softer. It seems to be a little bouncier. Thank you. So that's about going to do it on this video. I come up to this section where I do make a stupid mistake. Coming the other direction, there was a line here to the right that was faster, like right through there. But there was just no good way to hit it. But there was a good way to hit my foot, and I ended up doing it. Don't want that either. Holy cow, my foot. But we're coming to the end of the video, and on the overall, Brandon Higgins got first overall, Tyler Branoff got second, and Brandon Poling got third, Randall Irving got fourth, Ezra got fifth. And I want to thank everybody for coming out to the Trail Seeker 1 truck camper and tell us that they enjoy our videos. Sometimes I'm a little busy and I'm not at the camper a lot, but I sure appreciate whenever you come by and you're able to say hi and that you appreciate the videos. That's what keep us going. If you're on the trail, you see us come by, whether it's Heidi or I, we 100% appreciate you yelling at us, cheering. Here I almost stopped in order to check and see what that noise was, but it was the horn. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. Like I say, we get our camera out here to bring the information to you. There was Heidi trying to get me a drink, which I screwed up and dropped it on the ground. Bryson there adjusting on his bike again. But we bring the action to you. That way you can check it out and see if it's an event before you even get off the couch and load your bike. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Just push the logo in the middle. Thanks for watching.